Exploring Duong Lam Ancient Village. Far about 50 kilometers from Hanoi city center, Duong Lam Ancient Village is situated in Sơn Tây Town in Hanoi. It's one of the most unique ancient villages in Hanoi. The village has been considered as a unique literary museum with mossy ancient houses dating back over 400 years old. If considering Hanoi Old Quarter and Hội An Ancient Town are the museums of urban lifestyle, Duong Lam Ancient Village is a museum of rural lifestyle and agricultural one. A visit to Duong Lam Village is also the journey to the origin of culture and tradition of Vietnam. This is also an opportunity for tourists to admire the unique agricultural features of the ancient houses. With an area of 800 hectares, Duong Lam Ancient Village is a cultural space having preserving the quintessence of traditional cultural features of Vietnamese people. It is an indispensable tourist site in the journey of exploring Hanoi travel, attracting tourists who prefer to discover the unique ancient agricultural characteristic. Once setting foot on Duong Lam Village, tourists will actually get unforgettable memories. Duong Lam Ancient Village is one of the architectural ensembles strongly inspiring Vietnamese culture. It's the most ancient village in the north with its history of more than 1,000 year development. In order to enter the ancient village, tourists will pass through the village gate made of wood, which is typical of northern village with the portico's curved-shaped roof. The village retains a closed structure with a main road from which radiates around the corner of the village. It preserves the large number of the ancient houses built with laterite and iron wood pillars, giving rise to the ancient beauty for Duong Lam. Its unique characteristic has turned the Duong Lam village into one of the most impressive Hanoi attractions, alluring tourists. Nowadays, Duong Lam Ancient Village still retains many ancient houses characterized by the folk houses of Black River Delta. They are typical ancient houses having still remained largely intact ancient agricultural style. The houses dating back over 200 years account for about 5%. The rest mostly dates back less than 100 years. Most old houses here have maintained the gate, fencing, courtyard, garden, main house, outbuilding, kitchen and ranch, which are very familiar with the ancient village in Thăng Long, Hanoi, but could hardly find your ways today. Duong Lam Ancient Village can be considered as a traditional living space of the agricultural residents, which has not been affected much of the urbanized lifestyle. Taking a stroll along the street in the village, tourists will find it easy to catch the electric wall, brick walls, and rows of the areca in the garden, in harmony with the peaceful natural landscape. It's the cultural site inspiring the characteristic beauty of the ancient village in the mountainous areas. A living museum having great appeal for tourists. Duong Lam Ancient Village displays its important contribution in promoting Hanoi tourism to domestic and international tourists.
Tao đi với mày anh Khải ở nhà. Anh này đi kìa. Rồi đúng nhà luôn, một lát mà mình chụp ra đúng cộng nó tại ngoài nữa không? Up 2 tấm hình là của cái lều. Đúng cái nhà này mà.